All right. Next is from Matthew Mason from that Florida Feeling podcast. And the subject is Meltzer and Tony Khan. Hi, fellas. What are your thoughts of Dave Meltzer seemingly receiving a phone call from Tony Khan while recording an Observer show? Much ado about nothing? Thanks in advance. It really is much ado about nothing. Like it's funny, but it's just like I don't see it to be. I mean, he gets calls all the time from people, I imagine. There's just the fact that he's recording the show and he got this call, which everybody's making a big deal out of it. I'm like, he obviously talks to the guy, you know?
Yeah, it's just like breaking news, you know, but here it is.
In the long run, you end up back where you were, just with a lower price. So anyway, in the long run, you end up back.
That's kind of funny.
Tony Khan.
Tony Khan.
Interesting.
Yeah, well, big deal.
Oh, he says Tony Khan?
His
That's what the phone says.
His phone
says
announces, Tony Khan.
Oh.
Yeah. Bro, people were making a big deal out of that. Like,
dude, come on.
Yeah, come on.
Maybe it's because he said that they don't have that much contact and this about, you know, what's it,
dude?
Yeah.
Well, what if that said Nick Khan? That would have been more interesting, you know?
Right.
Sure would.
I'm eyeing college football. Who's your pick for the Heisman? I'm loading up on parlays and player props like Saquon Barkley breaking his own single-season rushing record. Got a lot of work to do. FanDuel has you covered with player specials and unique props, like home run props. Whatever your game, FanDuel Sportsbook delivers the latest lines, futures, and specials so you can join in on all the action. Download now. FanDuel Sportsbook, where winners play. Next is from Robert Bailey Jr. Is AEW the rule or the exception? Yo, K100, the independent scene remains a vital, if chaotic, ecosystem for pro wrestling. Yet AEW routinely imports Indian international talent who survive a barrage of finishers from top stars in mid-card TV and pay-per-view matches. Does Tony Khan view this as a fast track to legitimacy for the indie talents? Or does it inadvertently diminish the established thing's force to expand maximum effort for the win? Traditionally, the Indians serve as a proving ground. Should newcomers earn credibility before trading blows with the elite? Has AEW flipped the script on old-school booking and reversed the formula? Or should the build-first rule still apply everywhere? Lastly, there are proven exceptions where an unknown wrestler worked their way up to an almost immediate main event push in AEW to success, MJF being the outlier here. Aside from the outliers, just see many examples of this working here, but maybe I'm wrong. What say you? P.S. Has anyone seen Action Andretti lately? Warm regards, that's Robert Bailey. No one Action Andretti. Bro, that's AEW's indie wrestling elevated to the main stage, and all these guys wrestle these indie wrestling matches. Bunch of kickouts, bunch of finishes, no context in what actually hurts. You know, they don't, the psychology, there is no psychology. Everything, the psychology in AEW is nothing hurts for all the matches. Like everybody takes the kitchen sink, like 7 finishers, and you kick out all the time. It's ridiculous.
But I guess he's saying about bringing in a new talent from the indies.
They're all, but they all work that way.
Yeah.
Even the guys in the main roster still work indie style. You know, like I said, it's all indie wrestling.
Right.
So these indie guys fit right in. These are the type of matches they have, and they're wrestling with.
I think
guys
he's saying, what does it do for the credibility of, say, John Moxley, AEW main eventer, if, for example, Matt Cardona came in off the indies and gave him a rough match? And does that make your talent look weak? That a guy can come in from the indies and
look at the numbers of the shows.
There it is.
I mean, just the show is not elevated because there is no real psychology from the top down on this show.
No,
you know, everybody just goes out there and they rest. Tony just they wrestle the matches. They get submitted to Meltzer and the Cage Match crew. They rate the matches and they think the wrestling's great.
I think fans,
like in a nutshell, you know.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I believe, Joe, that everything is a case by case basis. When you bring in somebody like Matt Cardona, who's probably the top name on the indies, was in WWE and has done a great job of promoting himself. And not too long ago, he was on NXT, right?
Sure was.
Okay. I don't think it does anything him, but when they bring other guys that have no name value unless you're a hardcore indie mark.
Yes.
And I've said this before I've said half the people, not half, but I would say like 1/4 of the people that are on Dynamite really need to get their reps in on Collision and in Ring of Honor before they're even seen on Dynamite. But they put a lot of people on TV that are not TV ready.
All right, next is Michael Neves.
What do you say to that, Joe?
No, I agree. And I think fans think they wanted a product where anybody could win at any time in any match. And that sounds exciting, but what it really means is nobody is elevated because everybody's on the same level.
Right. too much 50-50 booking, which helps nobody.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.